Hello, hello. Thank you for stopping and tuning in. This video is not going to be long at all. But I had something that's been on my heart, and it wasn't until it really hit close to my circle that I felt really just pushed. It's almost like, you ignoring some bully on the playground, but you see it, you know it's not right, you feel it, and you want to step in and help, but you like, well, you know what? I don't want, let me just keep focusing on me. Let me mind my business or whatever. But then they go and they do something to somebody that you care about, and it's just like, oh no, not my friend. So I say all that to say this. I love tarot. Love tarot. All about tarot divination. And I love spirits, and I love my connection to spirit. I'll say this. I love God. God is absolutely real. But guess what? God also gave us gifts and abilities. So, these are tools to connect with divine source. God is love, right? So God gave us angels that came down here with our souls to help guide us. Angels are very much real. So, with that being said, if they are here to guide us, we have to learn how to open up the connection with them. Will you always need tools to get in contact with them? No. And not everyone needs to use tools to contact them. However, this is a source to connect with divine. Now, was I one of those people that went to church and was told all those same things? Absolutely. But I was still curious. I still wanted to know. And when things started happening in my life, the church couldn't really help me with that. I had to go within. And so God wants us to take the time to search for Him and search within our heart. And however you need to do that to make that connection, to hear His word, His message. Because let me tell you, the Bible is not the only source. And since the Bible has been tampered with so many times just to fit into what the government and society wants us to do so that they can keep control, hence all the things that are going on that we are going through right now, they created. So guess what? This is the time to go within and to connect with the divine. So use your gifts, use your talents, because you are not wrong for pretty much going hard to connect with God. Let's just say that. You're going hard to connect with God. What's wrong with that? So you want to hear a message right now, so you pull a card. Did it hurt anyone? Ask that. Did it hurt anyone? That's the first question. It's not hurting you. It's not hurting anyone else. But if you're getting the guidance that you need, that's helping you live a more productive life, that's helping you heal from toxicity, that's helping you heal from life and all the obstacles that life is going to bring your way. Is it helping you or is it hindering you? So here's the thing. When we talk about God, God is love, right? So if you find guidance that helps you heal in any type of way, whether it's physical, mental, drug addictions, whatever it is, because everyone has their obstacles. And we're sent here to learn. We're sent here to grow. We're not sent here to judge one another. We're not sent here to tell somebody that what they're doing, how they're doing it is wrong. That's not what we're here for. We are supposed to love each other unconditionally. That means even if I don't agree with you, I still love and accept you for who you are. I want to be loved and accepted for who I am. So I'm going to love and accept everyone else for who they are. Do I like it all the time? Do I even like those people all the time? No. No. But I love and respect every soul's decision to carry out their journey however they choose. So, if you know someone that wants to practice tarot, witchcraft, whatever makes them become the best version of themselves, why judge? Why try to stop? Because spirits are real. Period. If you can sit there and say that you feel your loved ones, you know your loved ones are around. They send you signs that are so specific to just you and them on a personal note. You know they're there. There are things that happen and you know your life has been spared. There's angels there helping. We did not come down by ourselves. So guess what? We are not going to act like we're not going to acknowledge or respect them because they are rooting for us. They are helping us in so many different ways. Yes, we always give thanks to God first because God gave us these spirits to help us along our way. So when my friend told me that she saw a video where pretty much, it was like someone trying to shame people for using divination tools. I just thought, you know what? The same people that go around doing that, do you think God sent you on earth to be a bully? No. If I'm wrong, God's going to show me that I'm wrong. Guess what? My guides will show me that I am wrong. And I'm going to apologize to myself and to others because I'm sent here to learn. I am sent here to grow. I am sent here to experience life. But also, guess what? We are all universally connected, so we don't just sit and watch somebody get jumped. Whether that's physically, spiritually, that's just not what we do. We help each other when we can help each other. Period. If my cup is overflowing, I got something to pour into somebody else. So it's just all about universal love. So let's get back to some universal unconditional love where we just all love each other regardless as to however we are. Just period. Now, I do want to point out how real spirits are. And yes, there are a difference. And there are some spirits that are here that are not here to serve our highest good. Right? But guess what? We get to always pick and choose who we're going to deal with. The same way you get to pick and choose whenever you want to be dedicated and obedient to God, we get to pick and choose which spirits we want to interact with. Anything in love, it's not wrong. And I can't be convinced of that. My very first deck that I picked up was an angel deck. I picked up an angel deck because I really felt like I had a lot of angels in my life surrounding me, pouring love into me, constantly trying to guide me and get my attention. So this was my very first deck, and it made me happy. First off, ask yourself, does it make you happy? What's wrong with happiness? What's wrong with joy? So, first off, it helped me build a deeper faith and connection with the spiritual realm. I started to be able to recognize what type of spirit was around me, whether or not it was a family member, whether it was just a regular soul of someone else's that I was not connected with, whether it was an angel sent to help me or guide me or warn me. So by using these types of tools, I was able to learn and differentiate those different energies, because the very first interaction with spirits I had wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the greatest. Let me tell you, when I first had a spiritual interaction, I really started tripping. I was tripping. It was kind of like one of those. Did I really see what I saw? Like, oh, I, I think I need to be on medication. Because why, when we notice things that are not the norm, we tell ourselves something is wrong with me, and oh, I need to get on medication. I might be like what, schizophrenic or whatever. So yeah, I thought, okay, yeah, this is strange. This is off. I feel somebody touching me. I'm hearing stuff. I thought I heard my name, and I saw something out my peripheral. Um, and so when I went to Myrtle Beach with an old friend during that trip, we were at this crystal shop, and I'm oohing and eyeing, looking at all these crystals. And the woman behind the counter says, "What are you afraid of? It's just your mom." I walk over to the counter. I said, "Excuse me? Now, I ain't talked to this woman. I never met this woman. I didn't tell her that I'm seeing her and feeling. I didn't say any of those things." But that woman looked me dead in my eyes and said, "Your mother is trying to get your attention. She wants to tell you something." I didn't even know what to think. My friend just continued walking around the store because, we had had all these weird conversations, one-on-one. So she wasn't really shocked, bothered, or whatever. She just continued looking at all the stuff, and she was just like, "Yep, I told you it could have been your mama or somebody like that. Yep." And so the woman told me, it is as simple and easy as hanging up the phone. Because my response to her was, I don't want to talk because spirits and stuff is evil, because that's what I've learned in church. That's what they told me. Oh, they evil, and what if it's what if it's a demon or something like that. She said, well, just like you would hang up on somebody on the phone, that's how you do. You end the conversation and say goodbye. I do not want to connect with you. I thought, okay, all right. At the same time, still scared, because that is unknown territory. So even though she told me, oh, it's your mom, I don't know her. I don't know her. Why should I listen to her? So we go on back to the hotel, and there's some guy that she's checking out. She's like, oh, I want to see this guy or whatever. And the whole time she's trying to check this guy out, he's so fixated on me. And I was married at the time, so I'm not looking. This is me and my girl. We out. We done took the kids on a trip. So yeah, like, not paying any attention. But However, I did end up running into him when her and I were sitting in the hot tub, and he asked me, "What do you believe in?" And I thought, wow, that was really odd. Just off the bats, meeting someone that I don't know, and that person asking me, "What do I believe in?" And I'm like, I believe in God, and I'm talking about God and Jesus, and all the whole script, where everything we learned in church and everything. And he asked me, he said, "Well, do you believe that you was created in His image?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, did you know that you possess gifts and powers, that you are a co-creator and you can manifest anything you want in this life?" And I'm quiet, I'm listening. And so he explains to me that him and his son are just on a typical weekend adventure. He decided at the last minute, when he knew he was going to have his child for the weekend, that they were going to go ahead and book a flight, and they were going to go to Myrtle Beach, and they were just going to enjoy the beach for the weekend. And he said, that's pretty much how I live my life. I manifest everything. And I thought, wow, well, that's neat. What do you do for a living? And he said, I work for God. He was like, I help people, I do what God tells me to do, and I live my best life. And I thought, well, wow. Well, I mean, still didn't really quite understand it all, but I wasn't going to, ask too many questions. I like to just let people talk and see what they're going to say on their own. So he's telling me about this great life. And he's like, oh, by the way, I used to be over 300 pounds. Well, that's amazing to me, because at that time, I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna work out more. I'm getting active. I'm doing Zumba and getting fit. And now he's talking about how he manifested weight loss. And I'm looking at this guy, and he didn't look like he would have ever been over 300 pounds. I mean, he had abs. He looked good. I ain't gonna lie, he looked good. I was married. I wasn't looking, but he looked good. So for someone that is overweight and wanting to lose weight, and wanting to change and manifest more money or whatever, I'm listening to all this, and I'm like, wow, all of this through manifesting. I'm like, how do you manifest? And he's like, by deepening your connection with God. All you have to do is listen to Spirit. I thought, wow, that was an amazing, testimony, that was great. So, boom, he planted a seed of manifesting, right? So, that manifesting was in my head. Of course, when you hear anything about money, it catches your attention, because everybody wants money, because money, makes things a lot more simpler when you're trying to navigate through some challenges, right? So, manifesting, that sounds awesome. Well, guess what? That was a seed that was planted. A few months later, I run into this girl through Facebook. She had posted some herbal supplements or whatever, and I'm like, wow. I'm looking at one of them. I'm like, ooh, I take this Osteobiflex triple strength, whatever. And I've been curious about this product, whatever. So I reached out and I asked her a question. Well, long story short, she's like, oh, you'd be a perfect fit for our empowerment group. And I'm like, what's an empowerment group? And she's like, oh, it's a sisterhood empowerment planning type of group. She said, all these different women, pretty much get together and collaborate on different skill sets, and pretty much if your specialty was herbs or real estate or finances, everyone comes together. We all share, our talents, our knowledge. Um, but in that group, I then met witches, shaman. There was a high priestess in there. So with these different groups of women, I started to hear more and more different spiritual content from different indigenous tribes and cultures. And so, with that, I was starting to understand a lot more about, crystals and what crystals were actually used for, because I've always been drawn to crystals, even as a child. Crystals, rocks, I've always been a collector. And so when I would go to different places that would sell them, I would just pick them up thinking, ooh, this is beautiful. Well, during that course of time during my marriage, I felt the desire to have more and more and more. And I started like collecting. Little did I know, I was activating and healing myself with these crystals. Oh, want to fast forward, because at that same shop I had an amazing experience with them, because even after I had spoke with the woman who let me know that it was my mother, there was a man that was painting a picture in a studio in the back of the room, and he welcomed me into his studio and he started showing me all of his art, and he asked me to describe a particular picture. And I'm looking at it, and it's this beautiful garden, and there's like these there was a particular flower that was just really really blooming, and it was determined to grow, even though there were all these snakes and stuff kind of like feeding off everything. But there was this one that was just, no matter what, it was continuing to grow. And so I'm telling him, how no matter what, I see trying to tear it down, it's still growing. It's still, it's still thriving. And in fact, it's like, it's almost being exaggerated in its growth. Even though it had all of these snakes and stuff, coming towards it and feeding off of it. So it was a really dope picture. Well, what little did I know, later on, I realized that I was on a spiritual awakening, and these people were put in my path to help me connect the dots. That, oh no, I'm not just weird. I'm not just hearing these, voices, seeing these things for no reason. They're actually real. And no, I didn't need medication. So, long story short, in this group, I met all these different women, and right in the middle point of, meeting all these different people, experiencing all these different things, I suddenly started to not feel like myself, and these voices were getting louder and they were getting more aggressive, and I was under a spiritual attack and didn't know. Now, my husband at this time was Muslim, and he contacted his father one morning after I awakened from a dream, and I, 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 I awoke to tears, and just, I could not remember my dream, but I knew it was like a nightmare. It was something upsetting, but I couldn't cut it off. I couldn't cut the emotion off. The emotions just pretty much took over me. And he's trying to talk to me and ask me, what is going on? Are you okay? Is something hurting? And I'm talking, and I'm trying to explain to him, but pretty much it was not my emotions. I had come into contact with so many spirits. It was like they recognized that I recognized their presence. And they all wanted to talk. They all wanted to communicate, because their whole gist is they're in a dimension where they're not interacting with too many people that really understand them. So when they do find someone that's like, I know you see me, I know you hear me, I know you feel me, because you just said, what is that? So they're desperate to connect. So now what I've learned in establishing these connections is that some of them just want to get a message to their loved one that is sitting around feeling guilty, that is feeling so much pain, and they just want to get a message to let them know, hey, my physical body is gone, but I am still here, I'm still helping you. Like, and they just want to give them some tips to help them along on their journey, right? Now, an ancestor, a spirit, one of your family members, yeah, they still have the same type of personality that they had on earth. So guess what? If they were a thief, a robber, a criminal, a killer, whatever, yes, they still have remembrance of all of that. Just like we have free will here on earth, they still have free will. If they want to be difficult, they can. But a lot of souls, once they have an understanding and remembrance of who they are, they heal that and they acknowledge that, and they're like, oh wow, I didn't know that I was hurting my child, to this capacity, but we're not going to get into soul contracts because we all signed up for certain things to happen. I say all of that just to say that if it makes you happy, if it brings clarity and understanding and helps guide you to make better choices in your life, don't count it out. Don't count it out. I do want to pull an angel card from my deck because I just want people to know that it's not evil. It's not evil. It's not evil. It can bring so much clarity and understanding and love. So I challenge anyone that feels like communicating with spirits or using tarot or whatever. You don't have to use any of this. But I will say this. I want you to pray to God, and I want you to ask for a sign. I don't want you going around telling someone what they're doing is wrong, because the person that you're talking to might have been one of God's chosen ones, that he chose to deliver specific messages to help people along the way. And if it helps someone, if it heals someone, if it pulls someone out of any dark cloud that they are in, do not stand in their way, because you are the evil that you are speaking of. Don't point the finger. Don't judge. Help each other. Love each other. We're all in this together. Don't promote fear. Promote a deeper connection with God. And if nothing else, just say, hey, just pray on it. Just meditate on it. Let it sit on your heart. What happens is what happens. And guess what? Your belief does not have to be my belief. You can totally disagree with everything that I said, and that is fine. I respect you and I respect your decision. But respect mine. Respect mine. And respect others that choose to use tools to have a deeper connection with the spiritual realm. Because when I connect with someone that I really, really miss here on earth, it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. And I thank them for even remembering me after them leaving their assignment here on earth. So I give thanks for God creating that possibility for me. I give thanks. And I give thanks for whoever took the time to listen to this video. I appreciate you. So when you run across people talking and saying and trying to shut you down when you are looking for guidance, don't feel bad. And if you know someone that has been feeling afraid, that has been using these tools to help themselves, tell them don't be afraid to help others. And don't be afraid to speak their truth. Your truth is your truth. Nobody else has to agree. Now, I did go ahead and let some cards go ahead and fall out. And the first one of my favorite ones, Manifesting Miracles, Archangel Orion. Yes, 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 yes. This deck helped me with manifesting. I'm going to say I have not worked a job in 2 years. And how do I know that this is real? God told me to go ahead and create. I didn't want to create a channel. I didn't want to deliver messages to anyone. This was what I was using for myself. And so let me tell you how spirit works too, because I started the channel and I don't even post content on here all the time, but people will hit me up in my email, and I still, even though I have like 20 subscribers, I don't even know, I don't even care, I don't even check it. I don't care. I don't care. This message will get to whoever needs to hear it when they need to hear it. So it don't matter. But I will say that when spirit puts something on my heart and tells me to do something, I'm always greatly rewarded for it. That's why I only accept donations for my readings. I am going to deliver what God wants me to deliver to who he wants me to deliver it to. Period. And if they got it, they got it. If they don't, they don't. All it takes is 11:11 to get my attention, because yes, my time is important. But I'm not getting ready to have someone that's trying to have money come into their life miss out on anything that... Sorry about that, got cut off, but I am not going to let anyone miss out on their message just because they cannot afford to pay. So as long as they come up with $11, they got my attention, because that's all it takes to get a scheduled time. So first card is Manifesting Miracles. And it's perfect because this new moon in Taurus is all about manifestation. So this is the perfect time. Thank you, Orion, for manifesting your miracles in my world. I do want to go ahead and go straight to the book on that, because y'all gonna learn about some manifesting. It says you are blessed to receive this very special angel card, as the angels are drawing close to help you manifest your wildest dreams in the most miraculous ways. Miracles occur naturally, and when they aren't occurring, something has gone wrong. But the angels are helping you align your thoughts and your energy so you can manifest the blessings you really deserve. The expanded interpretation: you are a magician, and you have been handed the power and energy to create the life you deserve. Going back to what I was talking about the story of meeting the gentleman that started telling me about deepening my connection with spirit, and that was how he was able to manifest. Boom. Next card is New Beginning. Thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. But you know what? Did y'all notice that I just shuffled and let the cards fall out? And we have Manifesting Miracles and a New Beginning. If you want that new beginning, manifest it. You are always in control of your destiny. You arranged a contract with God before coming down here. And I swear I can't make this up, because y'all saw the cards fall out. Unconditional love. The Divine Mother Mary is here to pour an abundance of love over you at this time and let you know that all is as it should be. Yes, I said the Divine Mother Mary, because guess what? Tarot and oracle decks do not mean you do not believe in God. It is helping bridge the connection. And the Divine Mother Mary is around to give love and support at this time. I'm going to go ahead and end it right now, because I'm going to have to try to figure out how to edit this video, because babe is trying to call me and I didn't answer that phone. He going to make sure that he going to probably keep calling, thinking I'm Slip fell, did something crazy. I don't even know. I don't even know. But bottom line, he gonna call back again. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. You are beautiful, loved, and blessed. Thank you for stopping to check out this channel. And make sure you like and subscribe, because guess what? I'm going to do a little bit of everything on this channel. I will not be limited. I will not be restricted. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I suggest that you do whatever you want to do and have you a good life too. Bye, y'all.